For the low back, we're going to be focused on the quadratus lumborum and the rector spinae. You can see the quadratus lumborum connects from the bottom rib to the ilium as well as each of the vertebrae. Using 2 lacrosse balls, we're going to focus on the more medial part first, with the lacrosse balls touching. Then we will work our way towards the sides. Laying on the ground, place 2 lacrosse balls touching underneath the low back. Bend your knees and allow yourself to relax in the position. Once the balls are in place, create a pelvic tilt by squeezing your core firm. Then, moving in the opposite direction, press the tailbone into the floor. There should be a slow and controlled movement. Perform 7 to 10 repetitions with the lacrosse balls in the first position. Then, move them out towards the sides. Again, contract firmly with the core, which should press your back into the lacrosse balls. Then, move the opposite direction and press the tailbone down into the floor to create a contraction of the low back muscles. To get even more intensity in the low back, we will place the ball in the low back muscle tissue and then roll onto the ball. To get even more intensity, we're going to work one side of the low back. Place the lacrosse ball under one side and then roll onto the ball. Create a contraction, bringing the knee towards the chest and then extending all the way down to a full relaxation. Remember to keep the chest open towards the ceiling while you create the contraction. Instead of rolling forward, make sure you keep your chest pointed towards the ceiling. Again, perform this contraction sequence 7 to 10 times and then move on to the next tender area. The psoas muscle is also known as the hip flexor. This muscle goes from your lowest rib and each lumbar vertebrae all the way down to the femur. When this muscle gets tight, it's difficult to fully extend when standing out of a chair. This muscle is best released by using a massage stick and focusing on your diaphragmatic breathing. Laying down, we're going to warm up the tissue by rubbing around the obliques between the ribs and the hip. This tissue should get warmed up and you should relax, allowing your fingers to depress into the stomach. We're going to use the massage stick and create pressure midway between the ribs and hips and halfway from the belly button to the side. Take a big diaphragmatic breath in, and as you breathe out, relax and pull the massage stick into the psoas muscle. Hold the pressure and pin that muscle while you try to breathe in through your diaphragm. When you've taken a full breath, release the pressure of the massage stick and relax your breath. Without pressure, take another big breath in and relax. As you relax, push pressure back down into the psoas with the massage stick. Without releasing that pressure, take a big breath, slow and controlled. Once the breath has come all the way in, relax the pressure and relax your breath. Again, breathe in as deep as you can. Relax, apply the pressure, then breathe in, maintaining that pressure. Release the pressure from the massage stick, relaxing your breath. Complete 2 more rounds. Compress the psoas muscle and hold. Take a big breath, maintaining pressure as deep as you possibly can. When you've gotten a full breath, relax and breathe out. Last one. Take a big breath. As you breathe out, press down into the muscle tissue and hold. Take a big breath this time. Hold your breath at the top for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Now, do the same thing on the other side. To help increase shoulder range of motion, we need to think about the muscles that constrict your movement. The first muscle we will focus on is called the rhomboid. You have a major and a minor. Commonly, these muscles are overstretched due to a forward rolled posture. Because of this, the muscles engage something that's called a muscle spindle. These act as safety cables to try to stop your shoulders from moving too far forward. We will work with a lacrosse ball through these points between the shoulder blade and spine to help release those safety cables. When done correctly, the shoulder blade should improve range of motion. You will need a lacrosse ball in a tube sock. Place the lacrosse ball between the shoulder blade and spine. You are trying to locate the area that is most tender. When you have found that point, continue to add pressure, leaning back against the ball. You can increase intensity by stepping further away from the wall and leaning harder into the ball. When you find a tender spot, perform a contract and relax sequence, pulling the shoulder blade down and back into the ball and then fully relax. Contract and relax 7 to 10 times, then move on to another tender spot and repeat. Next, we're going to focus on the shoulder joint, or the ball and socket. What's not commonly known is that your rotator cuff is actually made up of 4 different muscles. Here we're going to be looking at 2 of them. The infraspinatus is located by finding the bony attachment on the superior part of the shoulder blade. When you have located that, we will be working just below it on the shoulder blade. After we work the infraspinatus, we will move to the teres major and minor. These muscles are found at the bottom of the armpit on the back side. We will be using the lacrosse ball in a tube sock once again. Focus on the muscle just below the bone of the shoulder blade that makes up the back side of the armpit. Lean against the wall, creating pressure into the back of the armpit. You can create greater intensity in the muscle tissue by internally and externally rotating the arm. An additional way to increase intensity is by stepping out further away from the wall. With the added pressure, continue with internal and external rotation. When complete, move into overhead range of motion while continuing to press into the wall. Raise the arm towards the ceiling in a range of motion that works for you and return to a relaxed position. Remember to repeat this process anywhere throughout the back side of the shoulder blade, working each trigger point until it releases. The outermost cap of the shoulder is known as the deltoid. The deltoid is made up of anterior, intermediate, and posterior positions. We will be working through each of these in order to help increase the range of motion. Once again, using a lacrosse ball and a tube sock, we will work through the posterior, intermediate, and anterior portions of the deltoid, leaning against the wall to apply pressure into the muscle tissue. Then, squeeze the arm against the wall to create a contraction followed by a full relaxation. Again, you're going to press your arm into the wall and then fully relax. Once you've completed 7 to 10 repetitions on the back, move to the middle portion of the shoulder, repeating the process of contracting and relaxing. The contraction should press the elbow directly into the wall. Move the ball to the anterior portion when you have finished in the middle. Create the same squeeze, pressing the arm forward into the wall and then fully relaxing. We are going to work on the number 1 muscle tear in the rotator cuff, the supraspinatus. This muscle, when strained, actually creates pain on the outside of the shoulder blade, making it virtually impossible to abduct your arm through its full range of motion. Notice, this muscle lies just above the bony part on top of the shoulder. This is how we will locate the muscle. Using the massage stick, we're going to locate the muscle just above the bone of the shoulder blade. Once located, we're going to pull the massage stick down into that muscle. There should only be a slight amount of pressure leaning against the wall. Once you have located it, you will know if you try to pull the arm out to the side. That muscle will contract underneath the tension. Be sure to get a full relaxation. Notice my right hand is pulling the massage stick down into the left supraspinatus. Repeat this 7 to 10 times. The final muscle of the rotator cuff is the subscapularis. We will also be working the serratus anterior during this time. You can see the subscapularis is connected to the shoulder blade, but between the ribs and shoulder blade, making it difficult to access. The serratus anterior connects to the ribs and also the vertebral border of the same part of the shoulder blade. So let's work these simultaneously. Using the massage stick against the wall, we're going to press it directly into the side of the ribs just in front of the shoulder blade. Maintaining that pressure, you can rotate the arm or raise the arm up in the air, allowing the serratus anterior and subscapularis to press into the massage stick. Perform these actions 7 to 10 times in a spot and move on to additional tender spots as needed. The pec major originates from the clavicle through the sternum and then inserts outside on the humerus. The pec minor inserts from the 3rd, 4th, and 5th rib up to the acromion process. When these two muscles are over-facilitated, they pull the shoulders forward. So let's take a look at how to release these muscles, enabling you to pull your shoulders down and back to the appropriate alignment. We're going to work with the massage stick against the wall, pressing the end of the massage stick directly into the belly of the pec minor muscle. The focus here is to work through the pec major and pull your shoulders backwards, stretching the pec minor. When you have done 7 to 10 repetitions, pulling the shoulders down and back, you will begin to extend your arm overhead, allowing the muscle to roll underneath the pressure of the massage stick. Perform 7 to 10 more repetitions through this range of motion. Always remember to perform these exercises on both sides to ensure equal release. Oftentimes, I have clients come to me and say that they feel like they have ribs that are out. This is caused by muscles creating undue tension on the ribs and vertebrae. The first muscles to focus on when we do our work is the latissimus dorsi. This muscle originates from the bottom 6 thoracic vertebrae to the sacrum, then spans past the lower 3 to 4 ribs and inserts in the humerus. Start with a foam roller placed on the thoracic spine. You're going to begin by pressing your elbow up to the ceiling and then dropping down to the floor. I like to imagine holding a tray on my elbows that I'm pushing to the ceiling and then relaxing to the floor. Repeat this for 7 to 10 repetitions and then move on to overhead extension. While on the thoracic spine, starting with your palms towards the knees and arms straight, extend the arms overhead, pointing your thumbs towards the floor. To intensify each side, simply roll over onto one side. Try to relax in the tender points. Complete 7 to 10 repetitions with a foam roller in 3 different parts of the ribs. Now we're going to work the erector spinae and transverso spinalis. These muscles line your vertebrae on both sides. The erector spinae is deep, yet even deeper are the multifidus and semispinalis. The deepest muscles connected to the vertebrae are the rotatories and in the low back, the intertransversarii. Start with 2 lacrosse balls and place them by the neck. The lacrosse balls should be touching as you begin to roll your body up, forcing the lacrosse balls down your spine. Do this slowly. You should only press further if you can fully tolerate your body pressure on top of the lacrosse balls. It could take anywhere from 30 seconds to 1 minute before that muscle relaxes. Then you can press with the lacrosse balls down a little bit further. You may need to work gradually through this because your muscle will be so tender you can't tolerate all of your body weight's pressure into the lacrosse balls. In order to create a greater release, do not rush this. It should take cumulatively close to 15 minutes to work your way down the entire spine.
So do grab some of these tools, get set and ready to go. You're still doing that, Marcia? Okay, good. Arm circles, right? Making sure that we're getting those shoulders set, kind of putting them into place. Try to move your shoulders with your hands, okay? So it's not necessarily just the hands moving, but feel your shoulders rolling up, down, back, forward. No, it'd be up, forward, down, back. Up, forward, down, back. And then reversing that. Okay, then big circles, right? Take those shoulders all the way through that range of motion, reaching as far as you can.
That's halfway. Three, two, one. Transition to pull apart.
Okay, stay
Three,
tall and tight.
two,
Tall and tight.
1. Pull apart.
Squeeze hard, hard, hard. Staying tall, butt cheeks tight, core compressed. Do good work, Carol. Nice and strong.
That's halfway. Three, two, one. Transition to hammer curl. Three, two, one. Hammer curls.
Good hammer girls. Thumbs up. Keep working hard through it. 2 more, Carol. Work hard, work hard.
That's halfway. Three, two, one. Transition to tricep press down.
All right, last one for round 2. So do your best. Stay tall and tight. Squeeze through those elbows. This is the back of the arm.
Three,
Tight squeezes.
2, 1. Tricep press down. That's halfway.
Tight squeeze. Recompress the core. Butt cheeks tight. Shoulders down and back.
Three, two, one. Rest. That's halfway. Three, two, one. Get ready to row. Three, two, one. Row.
Have a wonderful day, Carol. I turned on the camera, but then forgot the microphone. But have a great day. Make sure hit the like button for me. Like the video, because we like to work out.
That's halfway.
At least that's what we're going to keep telling ourselves until maybe we believe it.
Three, two, one. Transition to chest press. Three, two, one. Chest press.
Good work. Remember, driving through the elbows, pinch to the center of the chest. Tight squeeze.
That's halfway.
Carol was in and out today. Wow. Yep, had to get a couple rounds in before her day started. I love that. If you can do anything, do something.
3, 2, 1. Transition to biceps curl.
Don't do nothing. We're doing something. Good bicep curls. Good bicep curls. Squeezing hard.
3, 2, 1. Biceps curl. That's halfway.
There's a great reminder here, different ways that you can change up your workout. Carol just did this on her own. I did
2,
fast,
1.
then slow
Transition to
halfway,
triceps overhead
then
press.
slow fast. So those are different ways that you can actually change up your workout, right? So either your first half of the movement is fast
3,
and then
2,
slow, or
1.
you can go slow on the
Triceps
first part
overhead.
and then fast with your return, right? And see if you can control the way that your body is working. Right? You want to make sure that you can have full control, whether we're moving quick or slow or changing between the two, right? Because not everything in life, right, is done slowly. Every
That's
so often
halfway.
we might lose our balance. And what are we going to have to do? We're going to have to step quick to try to catch our balance, right? So we want to make sure that we have the capacity to be able to do that.
Three, 2, 1. Transition to fly. Three, 2, 1. Fly.
Okay, pop that beach ball. Elbows tight to your center.
That's halfway. Three, 2, 1. Transition to pull apart. Three, 2, 1. Pull apart. That's halfway.
Good, tight squeezes, tight squeezes.
Three, 2, 1. Transition to hammer curl.
Strong pulls.
Three,
Stay tall and tight.
2, 1. Hammer curl. That's halfway.
Awesome. Perfect time to recheck that core. Squeeze those butt cheeks again. Get those shoulders down and back.
3, 2, 1. Transition to tricep press down. 3, 2, 1. Tricep press down.
Good press downs. Again, do not lean forward and roll your shoulders forward. Stay tall. Even if that means put your arms in front of you a little bit. You might not be able to take your knuckles all the way to the seams of your pants, right? But stay nice and tall.
That's halfway.
Awesome. Finish strong all the way through.
3, 2, 1. Rest.
Okay, long break, so make sure you get a drink of water. Round 4, we're going to be trying even harder, right? Move a little bit quicker, even more resistance. So shorten up your bands if you've got some bands. Add more weight if you have weights at home. But make sure you're doing your
That's
best
halfway.
to challenge yourself. It's only through challenge that we begin to change.
Three, 2, 1. Get ready to row. Three, 2, 1. Row.
Good rows, pulling hard through that position, making sure your shoulders stay behind your elbows, okay? Do not pull your elbows past your shoulders. Pull them down and back,
That's
pinching
halfway.
your back, right? We want those shoulder blades tucked into your back pockets. Pull them, pull them, pull them.
Three, 2, 1. Transition to chest press. Three, 2, 1. Chest press.
Good pushes. Drive through those elbows. Squeeze to the center of that chest. Make sure your base is strong. Legs tight, butt tight, core tight.
That's halfway. Three, 2, 1. Transition to biceps curl.
Right, bicep curls. Stay tall, squeeze tight, right? Fight against
3,
yourself.
2, 1. Biceps curl.
Okay, so if you're hand to hand, right, penny between the wrists, drive hard, squish that penny flat.
That's halfway.
Halfway through, re-squeeze that core.
3, 2,
Tight, tight, tight.
1. Transition to triceps overhead press.
Triceps up overhead. Remember, don't let your back arch with those arms up.
3, 2, 1. Triceps overhead.
Good, tight
That's
squeezes,
halfway.
tight squeezes.
Three, two, one. Transition to fly. Three,
Good core
two,
compression, squeeze to the center.
fly.
Pop that beach ball. Nice tight squeeze.
That's halfway.
Recompress that core. Right, think that belly wax coming for you. Butt cheeks tight.
Three, two, one. Transition to pull apart.
Okay, into the pull apart. So stay tall, shoulder blades down and back. Core compressed, nice and tight.
Three, two, one. Pull apart.
Good squeeze, squeeze, squeeze.
That's halfway.
Tight squeeze, tight squeeze. Your shoulder blades in place. Firm.
Three, two, one. Transition to hammer curl. Three, two, one. Hammer curls.
Good, tight core compression. Stay nice and tall. Firm squeeze. Yeah.
That's halfway.
Stay tall, tight, tall, tight. We're almost done doing your absolute best all the way through.
Three, two, one. Transition to tricep press down.
Last one.
Three, two, one. Tricep press down.
Remember, stay tall. Shoulders down and back. Ready? Straighten those elbows tight.
That's halfway.
Recompress that core. Hold firm, firm, firm.
Three, two, one. Way to be rock star.